Okay, we're now inside of your Fuzion. When you first come in the door, you have a couple switches here. Exterior lights. Your awning control is here. You can also start the generator from inside if you like. Main battery disconnect below it. Below that is your amplifier for your stereo. Your stereo here plays DVDs, CDs, has inputs for iPods, PS2, headphones. There's a booklet that comes with this, goes in more detail. It's a very nice stereo, comes in about 3/4 of the units that we sell here at Holman Motors. You should be very happy with this. Has different zones for your speakers. See if I can get something up here. There's a local station. Making work. Different zones, A, B, C, can play any combination you want, or any one by themselves. I think you'll be very happy with the stereo. Coming down here, we have power distribution center. 110 volt breakers are here on this side. Over here is 12 volt fuses. Next to the fuse is a red LED. The LED will light if the fuse blows, provided the circuit is on. There are two 40 amp fuses down here to protect your converter. If you listen carefully, you'll hear a fan running. You want to hear that. The more 12 volt power you pull, the more you're going to hear that fan. So that's a good thing to hear that. Coming over to this side here, you have one switch here, which is the ceiling lights that you see there. Your air conditioning and heat control here, thermostat, fairly simple there, digital, on, off for heat or cooling, automatic. Down here you have your propane leak detector. Should develop a propane leak inside, this will go off and you will hear it. It is very loud. Next to that on the floor is your startup kit. Startup kit consists of 25 foot of the white garden hose, your 30 amp to 15 amp adapter, so you can plug this into your home outlet, bottle of black tank deodorizer chemical, stick lighter, 4 rolls of RV type toilet paper, and the Holman's parts catalog. Coming up here, you have your water heater controls. As we mentioned earlier, there's a switch on the water heater you need to turn on to run it on electric. If that switch is not on, this will do nothing. So if you have little people run around, they like to play with switches. If that switch is not on, this will do nothing. You want to make sure you do have water in the water heater before you turn it on electric, or it will pop the damage the element. To run it on gas, you just turn this one on. About 30 seconds, that will ignite. That light will go out when it lights. Below that, you have your status board. Gives you status of your battery and your tanks. Battery reads now charged, good, fair, and low. Battery is fully charged. Freshwater tank is full. As I mentioned outside, when you fill your freshwater tank, you want to hit that test button. When that shows full, stop filling your freshwater tank. Your holding tanks and your gray tank, holding tank, which is a black tank in this case, and your gray tank, which is your sink and your shower, are all empty. This is to turn your water pump on to pull water from your onboard storage tank. If you're hooked into campground's water supply, of course, you won't need that because you're running on their pressure. Above us here, we have your smoke alarm. Runs off a 9 volt battery. And the bedroom here is your carbon monoxide detector. That is tied into your 12 volt system, as well as a propane leak detector. Over here is the 12 volt outlet in case you need 12 volt power for something. This light that you see on here, that is the signal booster for your outside TV antenna. That is a big power drain on your battery. If you're not plugged into shore power and this is just sitting stored, if you leave that on, that will run your battery down in about a week to a week and a half. I'll turn that off now. Just simple push button. TV antenna is here. To crank this up, you wind this up like so. This raises 3 to 4 feet above the roof line. So you want to be aware of what you're parked under. You can also rotate this to get a better signal. However, if you do so, there's an arrow here and an arrow here. These two need to be aligned when you bring that back down. There is a little cradle that this drops down into. If that are not aligned when you lower your antenna, it's going to land somewhere where it's not supposed to. So you want to be sure you align those two, and you crank this back down. You'll hear it drop in here in a second. Plunk, and it'll snug up. Microwave is just like your home microwave, nothing out of the ordinary there. Your cooktop vent and fan. For your cooktop, you just turn these up to light. You get your stick lighter and you light those with your stick lighter. There also is a pilot light you need to light in the oven to use the oven. Your bulk control is here. There you go. Oh. It's not as difficult as it looks. When this bunk is all the way up, this top bunk can be locked into place with a couple of pins so it'll stay up there. So you have two switches on the wall, control your overhead lights and your floodlights outside. Your chair here, you have this tied down so it doesn't move around too much on you. Two tie downs are supplied for that purpose, if I can get them unhooked here. There we go. Keep your chair from moving around on you too much. Your refrigerator is automatic. When you first turn it on, that light will blink and flicker. I'll show you again. It does that, it's normal. In the automatic mode, your refrigerator will run on 110 volt power if available. If not, it will automatically switch over to gas. If you plug it back in, it'll go back to 110 volt power. And if you leave in the auto mode. And you can turn it to gas, running gas exclusively, just by taking it out of the auto mode. But for most purposes, leave it in automatic and should be fine. It'll switch back and forth to whatever power source is available. It'll always run on 110 if available. These here, they give you to prop your doors open for storage, like so. On your freezer, when you first close your freezer, it can be difficult to open sometimes. It creates a vacuum. Pull the moisture out. If it is difficult to open, apply steady pressure and it will open, or give it about a minute to equalize. Your other bunk here just drops down like this, makes into a cot. These arms fold out. Like so. Push it down. There we go. Makes into a cot. Folds back up like so. Just fold back down. And back up into a couch. These are vents for ventilation in your when you have your bike or buggy, whatever you have in here, so you don't have a buildup of fumes. Tie downs on the floor, so you can tie down your bike or whatever, just like the chair's tied down here. Various places there. There's a mat back here that you can spread out on the floor, so protect your rubber surface here. There's also a ladder for the top bunk when it's up, so you can get up to there. That's good. That pretty much covers your walkthrough here on the video. You'll have various manuals you'll find. Consult the owner's manual, a lot of useful information in there. And also on the various appliances you'll find manuals on those also. Hope you enjoy your new Fuzion. Compliments from Holman Motors. Thank you very much.